Alright guys, this is just going to be a quick little concept tutorial type thing. Hopefully it's not too windy so you can hear me. I'm trying to speak up. But hopefully it's windy enough and I look fucking dazzling. Anyway, so this is mainly a tricking concept type thing, and it's I believe that some tricks are kind of the same thing facing other ways. Kind of like, you think of a front flip, and then if you were facing the other way, it's a back flip. But it goes a little more in depth with like variations and stuff. Specifically, we'll be talking about the aerial and the rise. So the aerial is, a tricking move where it's an inverted B kick, whereas a rise is a rise, which can be inverted or not. And it doesn't matter if you're horizontal like the B kick or diagonal, inverted, whatever you want to call it, as the tricking aerial. And basically, they're opposites. Before I go into, explaining a little more, let me just say that I'm a right side tricker. I'm going to explain it my way because it makes more sense. But just if you're a lefty, when I say left, think right. When I say right, think left. So, I'm a righty. I take off right leg for a right side aerial. With my left leg, I land, and obviously, I continue to cartwheel that way and everything. Rise takes off the opposite side, and you start with your left foot, and you flip over, and you would land on your right leg, and it lets you swing and stuff. Now, basically, when you're doing the two moves, you can kind of think of it as when you do an aerial, you're almost like lean forward slightly. Your body is, you're arced this way. And then when you rise, you're stepping off the other foot, and your body's still arcing that way, but because you're facing the opposite direction, instead of being like this, you're like that. And yeah, so obviously, it makes sense that those two moves would be body flips, as I call them, of each other. So basically, aerial, and you land, you can wrap and everything, and then rise, and you land, you swing. Obviously, swing and wrap or carry through, they're pretty much opposites, swing and carry through. Alright, but now to go a little more in depth, we're going to talk about two variations specifically, the swipe and then the scissor swipe. And Towels just mentioned that a scissor swipe isn't exactly a swipe, but I disagree. We'll get into that. So, what a side swipe is a rise combined with a 540. They basically had sex with each other and spawned a thing that is a rise hyper round, which basically means rise, and then once you start like flipping upside down, you get to this little pose. Your leg's gonna kick over, just like 540 kick, and it looks really cool. And that's the round kick, it's hyper. And then a scissor swipe, it comes from the opposite, the aerial. And you do the aerial, and then your back leg will come around and land. Now, obviously, I said the rise can either be like this or like this. So we're going to compare the flat rise to a B kick, since they're like, opposites of each other. We're going to compare the inverted rise to an aerial, because, they're opposites of each other, both inverted. So basically, when you do a side swipe, I said you lay down. So let me lay down. What happens next? This leg is over. You land on it. Nice. Alright, and then we're going to do a B kick. What happens in a B kick? The opposite motion, you come to here, and then what happens is, with scissor swipe, this leg kicks over, and then you land on it. So is it me, or is this and that the exact same fucking motion? Which makes me think that they're both swipes. One, and like if you want to do it by kicks, one is a hyper round, and the other one is a hypered hook. Not a hyper hook, but a hypered hook, where you land on the hook kicking leg. opposed to landing on the opposite leg, turning and hooking. Because you're not hyper aerial hooking, you're doing an aerial with a hook that's hypered. So if you could do a pop 3, and if you could do a pop 3 and hyper it, turns into like tornado. But yeah, same thing. And obviously tornado would be more of a rise, and then 540 kick would be the sideswipe. Makes sense to me. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments.